This is the Fluval EBI, 7.9 gallon, with a couple of modifications. It's a pretty nice tank overall, pretty nice. I bought it because I had this stand here, which was a pretty new stand that I had, and will only fit a tank this size. And since this tank is made of glass, it looks really nice, really neat from the sides. You can see the curved glass. I put up, it would be a nice addition to the stand, but I made a couple of modifications here. I have many other fish tanks. I have a 150 gallon tank, Planet tank, and in my opinion, it's worth setting up a tank with more functional equipment from the get-go. That way, down the line, you have established aquarium, you know, with very low maintenance, plants going, fish doing well. I have quite an amount of fish. I actually got about 20 fish. I know it's not recommended to have this many fish in a tank, but like I said, this tank does not have the usual internal filter it comes with this fish tank. I mean, that filter is not good for fish. It'll definitely be good for shrimp, but not for fish. It doesn't have enough filtering power or bacteria housing to support the load that this fish will probably leave on the water. So I got an aquaclear 20, which in my opinion is a pretty neat small filter. The flow is pretty nice, pretty clean. Like I said, I mean, my opinion is nice, and keeps the water very clean. And it doesn't have that bulk inside the tank. I mean, this tank is already 7.9 gallons. You don't want a big, bulky internal filter taking room from the fish. I mean, it's so limited already. So this one, you only have the intake tower here. That's pretty much it. And the lights are pretty nice. I was pretty impressed with this Fluval 13-watt light. It's pretty bright, as you can see. I mean, the plants, you know, you get a pretty fair amount of wattage. I mean, it's only almost not even 2 watts per gallon, but it doesn't necessarily, that rule doesn't necessarily hold true here, because this tank is very shallow, and you can see the dissipation of light pretty nicely. The plants are doing really well. I bought these plants. They're a lot smaller. They're definitely growing. The stratum is really nice. It seems like it supports all the minerals that the plants need to grow. On the heater side, obviously this tank is a disappointment that, you know, it didn't come with the heater, something so important for shrimp and fish. They should have, you know, added something to it, but in any case, I have a Fluval 50-watt E-series, which is, in my opinion, the best heater you can get. About $40, not that bad, considering you can buy a shitty one for 20 bucks. So you pitch in another 20 bucks, you get a pretty state-of-the-art, you know, heater. This one will definitely keep your water where it needs to be. I just did a water change, so that's why my temperature is a little low, and that's why the heater is not up to the green zone where it usually is at 77 degrees, where I have set up the temperature of my tank. And another thing that I did, I took out the background, the 3D background that comes with a tank. I mean, it's just a taste thing. I know it's nice. It comes with a tank already, but I took it out just because I like the clean look better in a fish tank, and I like, you know, to see through. And that 3D background does take a little bit of room, you know, in the tank as well. About 1.5 to 2 inches of depth, which in a tank this size is definitely something that you would like to have. You know, extra is more in a tank this small. So pretty far, you know, this thing has been doing pretty well. I only do about 20% water change every Saturday of each week. I'm dosing with Excell. because of this tank this size, you throw in CO2 is more of an expense than really benefit. I don't want my plants to be blowing up like my other tanks do, because they'll take a lot of room for the fish. So it's just nice, you know. You put a little Excell, the plants do develop. They're nice, they're lushy, they're green, they're beautiful. I have some microspores in the bottom here that I'm hoping, you know, soon will kind of like make a nice little carpet for the fish, will make them look nice, but I don't want my plants to grow wildly. I mean, I want them to be contained, so with Excell I should be able to do that with no problem. Again, nice tank, good job to Fluval, and let's hope for new tanks coming out in the near future.